Hey everybody, my name's Rick and I'm here with another video to hopefully help you improve your disc golf game a little bit. I haven't made a video in a while because I've been really busy just training and focusing on improving my game. Haven't had the best season this year, so I've really been trying to dial in and focus on my form and my putting and my mental game right now. But I did manage to not really discover something new, but it's something that I'm working on specifically to really improve my game, and that is hitting the proper release point, which is what we're going to talk about today, and how we're going to talk about how the release point correlates to hitting the line that you're intending to hit. And if you ever miss your shots to the right, this is kind of the mistake that we're going to go over. Missing your shots left is generally a breakdown of your timing or just not having a confident grip on your disc, not getting your hand on the outside of the disc. You know, there's a lot of things that can cause you to go left, but most of the time I'm going to be missing to the right of my shot if I'm pulling with my arm and using bad form. So we're going to talk about how to identify that, what it feels like, what it's going to do to your shot, and how to fix it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about this picture here that I have up on the screen. On the left-hand side is a shot of me intentionally throwing a bad shot, and you can tell that with the way that my body is facing, I am not hitting the line that I am intending to hit. It is pulling off to the right-hand side of the line that I am trying to hit. If you look at the picture on the right-hand side of the screen, you'll notice that that shot is the proper form and the proper line that I am trying to hit. You can see in front of my body it's going where I want it to go, and you can tell obviously on the left picture that it's a bad shot. So we're going to go into the video of where these pictures came from. I threw 3 shots. First one was a normal shot, good shot. Second shot I intentionally threw bad so that you could see what happens and how it pulls off to the right, and then I threw another good shot again, just to kind of show. So you'll see on this first shot, I'm going to hit my line. It's going to go where I want it to go. Elbows out in front of the body. I hit my line. It's exactly where I want it to go. This shot, not so much. Just pulled it with my arm. And you can tell right here how I pulled with my arm and it just yanked it to the right-hand side. That is not where I wanted my shot to go. And then this one here, good shot again. Yeah, goes right where I want it to go. Yep. So we're going to talk about how to identify these issues and how to feel it. I have another video that talks about the power pocket, and I guess I'll just do a brief explanation of it really quick just for anyone that has not seen it. So with the power pocket, it's the position that you want your arm to get into to create a whip essentially and allow the disc to snap out of your arm with a ton of velocity. If you're throwing it with the arm like this and you're just kind of throwing a rounding shot, that's where a lot of people go wrong, especially when they first start off. And even some more experienced players still round a good bit. I do sometimes too when I throw a really bad shot like I did in the video. It's a slight bit of rounding. So with the power pocket, you're trying to get into this position right here, which is a 90-degree angle between your shoulder and your arm. So you're throwing a 90-degree angle here, and then another 90-degree angle right here. So you could call it a power box, power pocket, whatever you want to call it, but you're trying to get into this position right here. You don't want to be up here with your shot, and you don't want your arm to be pulling off to the right-hand side. You want it to be out in front of you when you get into that pocket. So as you're pulling through the pocket, you're creating the pocket, and then your disc snaps out in front of you. So let's talk about creating that pocket. So the issue that I used to have, and that a lot of people do have, is when you're pulling into that pocket, people are pulling their shots with their arm, and they're using their arm and their shoulder to power their shot, and not as much of their body and their torso like they're supposed to. You're supposed to use your core, your legs, and your body to power the shot, not necessarily the arm. The arm is stabilizing your line and creating the power pocket. So in order to create the pocket, just imagine the only thing that moves. So go like this with your arm, just move it back and forth. And then as you're coming through, just bend your elbow. All you're doing is bending your elbow. You don't want this to change the angle. So when people reach back, I'm still at a 90-degree angle right now. You can't really see, but I'm at a 90-degree angle in my reach back. All I'm doing is bending my elbow right here as I'm coming through the shot. I'm just bending my elbow, and that creates the power pocket. I'm not pulling into the shot. I'm just bending my elbow and then allowing my shot to come out. So I'm using my body to create that shot. I'm not using my arm to pull the shot. And that's the mistake that a lot of people make, and why a lot of people are going to miss on, including myself, miss the line to the right hand side. I notice myself making that mistake when I'm trying to throw a shot too hard and not being smooth. I'm trying to throw a big shot or probably something stupid that I shouldn't be doing. So just remember to create that pocket right there in your shot. So you're coming through smooth, create the pocket, release out. So when you create that pocket that's in front of you, your release point should be right here. All you have to do is to get here and then extend your arm, and that's your release point right out in front of you. If you pull your shot like this, extend your arm. Where's your release point now? Your release point, if you pull it with your arm, your release point is going to be here. All you got to do is just extend your arm, and that's your release point. If you have your arm out in front of your body, your release point is here. So just extend the arm. That's the release point right there. If you're pulling, that's the release point here. You're pulling and the release point ends off to the right. I know that's a little exaggerated, but if you pull your shot, you're still going to notice a release point here rather than right there in front. So the biggest thing you're trying to do is keep this elbow in front of your body. You don't want to be pulling your shot in front of you or off to the side like this. So you want to relax. Your arm is pretty relaxed. I mean, it's not completely relaxed. You're not a noodle arm, but you kind of are a noodle arm almost. You're relaxing your arm enough to where you're not tense and pulling it through, and it doesn't allow you to create that pocket. But when you do create that pocket and you come through, you're going to hit your release point. The best way that I'm sorry, I'm kind of getting all over the place right now. I'm going to try to describe what it feels like to throw a proper shot. So what I think about when I'm throwing my shot is making sure that my elbow is away from my body and I'm not pulling it in front. When I'm coming through the shot, I'm aiming my elbow on the line that I want my shot to go. So I'm aiming the elbow, it's hitting this way, and my arm is going to release on that line that I'm trying to hit. So think about keeping your elbow away from your body as you're coming through the shot. So keep it away and kind of push your elbow out and allow your arm to unwind at that point, and you'll have a better shot. If you aim with this part of your hand, which I think a lot of people do, I originally used to aim with my hand because I'm throwing the shot kind of like throwing a baseball. You're kind of almost aiming with your hand a lot of times. But if you're aiming with your hand and you're pulling the disc, you're going to pull it to the right a lot of times. So think about the elbow more than the hand. Just think about not pulling with your arm. Don't think about pulling a rope like you're pulling a car from behind you. You're not trying to pull anything heavy from behind you. All you're doing is holding on to the disc, really. And that's where your energy should be focused, is just holding on to the disc and creating that pocket. Trying to think if there's anything else I can say that would make any sense at all. I know I got kind of said a lot the same thing quite a few times. It's probably made this video more complicated than it should be. It's really simple. Just creating that pocket to hit your release point. And you'll notice it once you get it, once you feel that snap from the shot, you'll feel it. You'll feel the difference, and it comes out real easy, real clean, and you'll hit the line every time. And you'll know when you pull with your arm and pull it off to the right. So just think about the elbow placement is all you gotta think about when you're coming through your shot. Just keep that elbow out in front of you. Don't allow yourself to pull with your arm. I don't know that there's much more that I can say. If you have any specific questions, I can always answer them. If I need to, I'll make another video with a better explanation and hopefully have my thoughts more organized than I was this time. But hopefully this helps a little bit and answers some questions. But yeah, thanks for stopping by and watching.